Right, so we're here at Yorkshire Sculpture Park, YSP, and we're going to have a look around. We're heading down to we're booked in at the restaurant, the West End, which is a little way from the entrance, so we're going to have a walk down and see if we can find it. Here's our first sculpture to look at. What is this? Looks like something with yellow paint on it, doesn't it? He's like got a bag. He's like carrying a bag over it. Look at that. It's hard to make out exactly what it is. Looks like a pile of clothes with paint. Quite interesting. Right, let's head down these steps. This is the Western restaurant, and we've walked all the way from the hall there, right through, around. We're going to sample lunch in here, and then we'll have a proper look around. Are you filming? Look. Restaurant at the Western. Haddock and chips. Battered haddock, in fact it's called. What are these on it? Some pods on it. And a little bit of garnish that comes on it there. And this is tartar sauce, which I don't like. So look at these chips though. Square cut chips. Let's go for a chip test first. Nothing on it. Really tastes like absolutely nothing, to be honest. Right, I'm going to try the haddock. Let's give it a cut. Is it skin or no skin? Ooh, there's no skin in it, so that's good. Right, let's try a good piece of haddock. I mean, it tastes of haddock. It's not the tastiest fish I've ever had. I think the whole thing actually is extremely bland so far. What's this? Is that lemon? It's like a roasted lemon, right? Let's put roasted lemon. Put that on. I suppose with the tartar sauce, that's what gives it the flavour, but I mean, I don't like tartar sauce. It should be tasty in and on its own, shouldn't it? I'll try with a bit of the lemon on, if I can get any of this fish together. All I can taste is lemon. You don't taste of anything else. It's almost tasteless. Right, let's just, before we talk about that restaurant, just have a look at this sculpture of what looks like Bernardo's child. Do you remember, they used to have these, didn't they, like in the 80s outside of shops. So you go to Woolworths and you get one of these outside and you stick a coin in its head. Well, the scale of this one, look at the scale of this way. You can see just about come up to the knee on that. So that's obviously the artist playing with memory and scale there. So yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Right, let's talk about the restaurant. What did you think of the fish and chips? Did you like the haddock, the battered haddock and chips?
Oh, we sent it back.
We sent it back, so there's a bit of a spoiler. Yeah. It was very rare. I was trying to think if I've ever sent anything like back in my life. I think I have probably like once. That's probably the only the second time I've ever sent anything back, because I'll probably just eat it, you know, if I don't like it, or if it's like meh, if it's not very good, I just eat it and then say, oh, that wasn't very good, was it?
Yeah.
But to actually say we're not going to eat it at all, just send it back, not having it, no, it's a waste of time, is pretty bad. So what was wrong with the fish and chips?
No, you can.
I'll say. So with the fish and chips, as I said when I started eating it, just tasted of absolutely nothing. It was like the chips were like, you know, they cut those into squares to make them like look like posh chips. Well, they weren't posh chips. Tasted like frozen chips that had been like overcooked. And the haddock, well, that's really the only fish that I eat is haddock. So I know my haddocks quite well, and that wasn't one. Well, it was a haddock. It tasted of almost nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah. It was just, I don't think, or again, I've never had a meal in my life that tasted so much of nothing, like absolutely nothing. It was like the blandest thing I ever had. So, wait, I've got a sculpture here to check out. Let's have a little look at this one. Look, it's made of hats. That's cool. It's like, looks like trilbies, doesn't it? The hat makes the man. You know who is the artist for this? Damien Hirst. Not content with cutting sharks in half, he's now stealing everyone's hat for his sculptures. Look at that. Oh, it's pretty good. I like. They look like kind of like figures in the landscape, don't they? But you know, many people who have moved through the landscape over time. I'm making it up, but that's what it says. It kind of says that to me. Let's go through the middle bit for a change. So, the price, well, it was nearly 15 quid, or it was 15 quid just for the drinks. We had 2 coffees and some water. It was 15 quid. And the haddock was
either 16 or 18.
16 or 18, depending on...
Don't know.
What?
I just don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was 18. It was going to be £18 each for really bad overcooked haddock that tasted of nothing and some frozen chips. So we're like, nah, that's not happening. It's not happening. So yeah, sent those back. And actually, you tried the tartar sauce, didn't you?
Yes.
How was the tartar sauce?
It was the Heinz one, the cheap kind.
Oh, it was the cheap one. They not even made it. Not even a homemade tartar sauce.
Nope.
And
sorry to
yeah,
add,
go on.
And they are boasting how local everything's sold. And I don't think so. Maybe from local Tesco.
Local Tesco, oh my God. Now, to have a building like that in this, wait, let me show you. In this landscape, so the building's just behind here in the Yorkshire Sculpture Park, absolutely beautiful. You couldn't have a better setting than this. And the menu looked really good, sounded amazing. And you had to book. You literally had to book a slot. So we booked in at 12:30. When we got there, actually, I thought this looks a bit more like cafe-ish than like the menu suggested. But you've got to live up to that. If you're charging those prices with that menu in that setting, you've got to live up to it, and it just didn't, did it? So, yeah, sent it back. They weren't very happy, were they? They didn't seem very happy.
No.
We had chefs were like sticking their heads out of the hatch to have a look. Who sent it back? Who sent it back? And we thought, oh, maybe nobody ever sends food back there. But actually, on the very next table to us, people also complained about 2 different things. Twice on two occasions. Sorry, yeah. So that was just the table next to us. So God knows who else was complaining about stuff. Probably everyone, because the food was awful. So yeah, that's our Yorkshire Sculpture Park. The Western at Yorkshire Sculpture Park. Avoid. That's our food fail for today. Now we drove here like this morning. It takes a couple of hours to get here. We haven't eaten anything yet. It's now, what time is it now? About 2 o'clock. No, half one. So we're quite hungry now. We've only had a coffee. So we're going to make our way I know there's a little cafe over the other side, so we're going to make our way over to that and see. We might have to make do with a cheese sandwich. That's all we can get in there.
Nice.
Nice, right. Let's walk through. Right, just crossing over between the lake and at the end of the lake, and we're going to have a walk right around both lakes, and then I know you can do a bit of a loop and come out like right at the other end, the other side of Bretton Hall. So yeah, we'll have to do this walk now, even though we're starving, won't we?
Yeah. Starving.
We're not starving, just
Hungry.
Hungry. Now the sun has come out. Look at that. What a day for it. It's like quite a lot of cloud coming over now, but there's still a lot of blue sky. The sun is out, and I just want to look at this house in here. You can hardly see it because it's so disguised in amongst the trees, and it has the moss on the roof there. Amazing place. See a little gate in there, up to it. How would you like this for your view from your windows? It's got a gateway up there to it. Private. And we can't go that way. I'll just show you around to the bridge there. We'll make our way through. Over here we've got Lady Eglinton's well. Well. This is a spring. Literally for carting water up to the estate. We've got the old stone on top there, but I can't see a year on that. A lot of the writing is kind of faded out. Oh wait, 1685 it looks like. And I don't know if there's any water in. There's a bit of water there. Oh. A bit dried out, that one. Right, we'll make our way around to Upper Lake. If you can see there, this is a bit steep. I don't want to fall down this slope to the water. There's a cage in the water there, which is partly submerged. And then we've got another cage here, which is submersed in the land. This one is more enclosed, and that one's free for water. I don't know what the story is. And then we've got another, looks like another sculpture just behind there. You can see anything inside. These sculptures, these cages, they're put there to represent America's different military prisons around the world, like Guantanamo Bay, things like that. So that's what it's trying to talk about through the art. And there's another steel one there. There's the third object. So yeah, quite interesting. There's lots like artworks all the way around, aren't there? Even around this side of the lake, still quite a lot of artworks to look at. But most of them are over on the main side, next to the hall where we'll walk around to. It's got all kinds of trees in this woodland. This looks like horse chestnut tree. Ah yeah, look the size of that conker there. This is quite an old one. can't even tell the scale of this tree. Look at the size of. Look up there. Just goes up and up and up into the canopy. How tall is that, would you say? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus feet. Would you? 60 or 70 feet. Tall, that one. Oh wait, we've got description on this. Let's have a look. Well, it's an adopted tree, but it doesn't say what type of tree it is. Is there anything around this side? No. Oh, it's incredible. You can see how the trunk is twisted to try and face the light that's gone as it's grown. Many huge trees around here. Another one down there. That one's amazing. Well, this lady's just having her photo taken, so wait a minute. It looks like the one at next to Widnes, doesn't it? Next to Warrington, called The Dream. That one's called The Dream. It's probably the same artist as that like thin, elongated head. Let's go and investigate. He's got something going on the back of his head there. Maybe that's his. It looks like a cloud. So maybe he's having a thought. Looks like a thought cloud coming out there. And you can see his ear. Walk around to the front. Whoa! He's going to have to catch this at a really certain angle to see the full head, the full face. And you can see how thin it actually is just by, if we go up to it. That's like the full width of it is like that wide. Look at that. I don't know if we can see anywhere the name of the artist, but it does look like the one next to Warrington. But this one's he's overlooking the lake. He's got a better view than the view of IKEA. I'm just saying, I'm not judging, just saying. I can't see a plaque for him though, maybe it's on this. No, this is to do with the lake. Sculptures in that little lake. Woodland spirits and Wilsus. It's like an ornamental lake down there. And down here we've got the famous stepping stones that are closed because it looks like one of the stepping stones has gone a bit wonky. But we've got to do this to get the best picture. And this is the best shot here. Over the lake and Bretton Hall there in the background. And then you can see this side, got the ornamental lake. I think we can get across here without using the stepping stones and the old stone bridge. I'll walk across. You can see back down there to where the stepping stones are. Oh, what's on that side? Tiny lake. Right, we made it round to the other side of the lake. Made it right round, and this is the bridge that takes us across. You can see the hall in the middle. Managed to find ourselves a smoky BLT on a bagel and some expensive water in a can
And a coffee.
and a coffee
And this.
and this, whatever this. Ooh, that looks very nice, isn't it? Caramelly. Right, gonna give this £6 bagel a test. See if it's any better than the fish and chips. I've got to say, this is it. I can just get a shot of it there. This is a 10 out of 10, isn't it, this bagel? So, would recommend the YSP Cafe. Right, so we've got a map of the area and we're going to investigate what we have seen. Can open this up. Right, Upper Lake, Lower Lake. So we started here, it's parked here, and we walked right round because we went the wrong way. We went along there to the fish and chip disaster. Then we came back and we walked around the lake, all around here, around there. That's where the stepping stones were. Round Upper Lake, back round, and then up to here, now where we are now. And now we're going to walk back down and have a look around Bretton Hall. All right. So this would be the original car park for Yorkshire Sculpture Park before it got kind of changed. So in the 2000s, you'd come in and park here to go around. So it's changed quite a lot now. And this, in those days, would have been the site of Bretton Hall College, which was part of the University of Leeds, where I spent 3 of my formative years studying graphic design. And the college now itself has moved to, well, last time I checked, it moved to the centre of Wakefield, and it still exists there. I think the course is still the same. And this site is getting redeveloped now, and it's going to be a hotel, I think a spa hotel, or a hotel, something like that. So it's not quite finished yet. In fact, it looks the same as it did 2 years ago when we came. I think it's going to be another year before it's finished. It's going to be at least 2025 before the hotel is finished and it opens. And when it does, we'll have to come back and stay in the hotel where I used to have my graphic design lectures, and we'll check it out and see what's changed and how it looks. Should be good. Right, we'll have a little walk down here, although this is a dead end, but this was part of the college grounds down here. I can't remember exactly what that building was down there, but further down here, through there, we've got the library. Now this, I remember, was a dance hall. So it had arts and music and dance, and that was a dance studio in there. I'll have a little walk down here. It's all kind of a lot more overgrown now than it used to be, as I remember it. Yeah, and this building in front here, this was the library. It still looks like a library, doesn't it? Look at upstairs there. We've got all the books in there. Let's go and have a look. National Arts Education Archive. So this is actually still open to the public, Saturday to Tuesday, 11 till 3. It doesn't look very open, does it? Yeah, this was the old college library, and I had a little job in here when I was at university. I used to go in there and stack the books back on the shelves and get a few quid to pay for my going out money. I remember this section here, this connecting section. You could go from we had some studios up here. Some of this was computer room on this side, and you could go through there directly into library. In fact, I don't think you were supposed to ever do that because it was a bit of a fire door, and people could just take books through there if they wanted to, like borrow books without checking them out. They could take them up and out through there, like big graphic design books, and people were always like, oh, I just took it out, I'll take it back later. But this part here, this is called, this was known as the stable block. And I remember there's a square at the other side. People used to wait for the bus there. The bus used to come down the hill, do a turn and pick them up. Also in there, I can remember there were offices, like lecturers' rooms at the top of there and in there, and they used to have meetings. And I remember I was a course representative, and we had some meetings up on the top in there as well. I remember going up there in that building. Yeah, it's quite overgrown through there now. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. There was a little shop somewhere, I remember. I don't know if it was whether it was in the bottom of the library or it was in the next one, but I remember you could go in, you could buy like college scarves and sweaters. I think, was it in here? Or was that just the library? It might have been downstairs in there. This looks like an art gallery in there right now. Yeah, look how overgrown it is through here. Just gonna have a quick nosy through here. A quick explore so we can just get through that fence. Have a look around this corner. Wow. They're so overgrown. I'll make my way through here just to see what it's like at the back. So this is the back of the library. You can see this is the back of Bretton Hall here. You can see that they've pulled down some of the buildings there. You can see right at the back. And then there's a big hole in that one. Yeah, it's about, I think this building is looking a bit worse for wear too, isn't it? I think this one's almost had it. It's a shame because it's quite a nice sort of mid-century style building, this. Right, let's get back. You can see there another ornamental lake here full of reeds, really quite overgrown in there now. And you can see the dance studio there, another mid-century building that's looks like it's about to fall down, looks like it's a bit rotten, doesn't it? This one's all closed off now. See, those steps have gone a bit rotten. Yeah. And around and below that we've got the orangery. You can see down here. Yeah, there's the orangery, which is part of the original Bretton Hall buildings. And that used to be open. I think even last time we came it was open, wasn't it? We could walk around it, but I haven't tried the door, but I could see a little sign on the door, so doesn't look as if anyone's going in or out. Definitely looks closed. Oh, would you like that giant handbag? It's about the size of your bag, that. Almost. A little space through these trees here. You can walk through, and you can see another sculpture down there. Looks like stone, something made out from stone. And this is the side over here, side of Bretton Hall. And yeah, I can remember that room in there too. It was just, I think it was just a hall, but you could walk through. Could walk through pretty much all of the building when it was a college. Long corridors and some quite ornate carvings and plasterwork in there at the time. Yeah, I remember you could come through this one and then you could go out at the side here, out of this side and onto this lawn, and this was quite a popular spot in the summer. People would sit out on this lawn over here. That's a beautiful spot. It really catches the sun there. And you've got this hedge here as a bit of a wind trap. Not that there's any wind today at all. Oh yeah, I can just see in as well. I can just see in the main hall there. There's looks like a little bit of work going on or something happening. We've still got the college sign there, college grounds, although it's no longer a college. I've got a stone sculpture over this side. Yeah, so when I went here, this was still, it was, the college was in Yorkshire Sculpture Park, but they didn't have a lot of the sculptures dotted around like this. It was more really just a few Hepworths, a few Barbara Hepworth sculptures dotted around. It wasn't really very popular. There weren't a lot of people that would come like this. It was just kind of, I guess, you know, art enthusiasts or people that were like really into sculpture. Whereas now it's just, you know, it's a bit of a tourist attraction. It's like a popular day for everyone. Although it does still have like serious sculpture. I think there are still some Hepworths dotted around. I haven't seen any today. You can just see the roof of Bretton Hall there, just over that hedge, giant hedge. I'll have a walk around and have a look at the front. Still looks amazing, doesn't it? I can't wait till they restore it and see what the hotel's like. I'm looking forward to that. Definitely going to come and stay. I can remember this sort of, people would come to the edge here and jump down and be in the park. And this is their front of the hall. Redevelopment of Bretton Hall. College grounds. I think there's a gate open here so we can have a little look inside if we can climb over this. That's a fence. We won't go in, but I just want to see. There's a car there. There's the front of the hall. And our accommodation blocks used to be around here. It looks as though they've pulled them all down. Oh no, there's one still left. I think that one still left. Was that where I was, or was it closer? I don't remember. But yeah, you can see the front there, front of the hall. I think we can have a walk around the back there through the field and we can check out that building through there, because we're not really supposed to go in here. But I can remember the first day I arrived here to start my degree, I went in those doors there and there was a little table there, and they asked you what course you were going on. There was a guy and there's a little piece of paper, and you had to write. I remember you had to write on the piece of paper your O levels as it was then, GCSEs as it was now, what you did and what results you got, and you could just write it on the paper. They were like, okay, thank you, that's fine. I mean, you could have written anything, couldn't you? Like nobody, they didn't even have the internet then. Well, they did, but they didn't use the internet. It just wasn't the same. You could have literally written anything. I thought, what was the point of doing any O levels? You could have just written it on that little piece of paper, and then they would have filed it away. No one would ever check. Look, I did have O levels though. Well, I had a couple, so it was enough to get me in. Just want to make that absolutely clear, in case anyone's checking up on the legitimacy of my degree. Right, well, I'm going to walk around this bit because I want to see the where the hostels were, which was around the back of this site here. And there's a pile of stones there. That looks like new. And these look like old paving stones. Like some of this paving would have been in front of the blocks of accommodation. I can remember it was like paved with these kind of stone slabs. So they've saved these, and they've just stood them here for now. Looks like Pompeii or something, doesn't it? And you can see through there, one of the blocks still left, still standing. Just left one. I think they're going to use it as something to do with the hotel. Like, I don't know what, security building or something like that. Something to do with the hotel though. I know there's a reason why they saved it. Right, let's get out of this corner. What is this one? This is Dream City. It's like a rusted sculpture. Over here we've got a much bigger piece in silver, which we'll go and have a look at. This looks like quite industrial. A large silver structure. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. In the landscape, you can just see Bretton Hall through there. I remember down here it used to have a fallen tree, and the tree was like laid out with all the branches like on the ground, and that became kind of a sculpture in itself. I think that must have rotted away eventually, and it's been replaced on this site with this industrial silver sculpture, which I quite like that. Right, let's have a walk back up. You want to see the world's smallest handbag? Here it is. Oh, you could get some kit in there, couldn't you? Look at that. Oh God. Think you fit your laptop in there? You could live in that easily. Yes, this house is closed as we thought. Camellia House is closed. You can just see in there. Shame we can't get in there today. Oh, is the orangery? Can't see any oranges. There's the giant split into a rabbit. Now we have finally found a Barbara Hepworth sculpture. This must have been one of the original ones that were here in the park, because Barbara Hepworth herself was from Wakefield. Yeah, she was a Wakefield lass, and studied sculpture. And there's a Hepworth gallery now in the city centre. That's quite an impressive building. I'll go and have a look at that sometime. But yeah, this is one of her sculptures, and I think what she did, she moved from Wakefield down to Cornwall, as a lot of artists did in the 60s, for the light, to get the natural light for sort of painting and sculpting. Yeah, look at that. That's got a real kind of 60s feel going on, hasn't it? That's really cool. I'm sure there are more. There's another one, another two there we can see towards the other road. But yeah, we've just trying to get up this hill. We've not really scratched the surface today. There's so much to see. There's so many sculptures here, and so many. The grounds are so big. We're not really going to scratch the surface. But yeah, it just leaves more opportunity to come back and have a look at some of the different areas that Yorkshire Sculpture Park has got to offer, and it has got a lot to offer. 100% would recommend, if you're in Yorkshire or you're close to Wakefield, come down to Yorkshire Sculpture Park, and you could easily spend the day here. There's absolutely tons to see. Relics in the landscape. I've got a few sort of Romanesque or kind of Greek style figures here in the landscape, but with some strange additions to them. I'll just try and recenter this camera, walk around this side into the shade where we might be able to see, and we'll have a look. And if you look in the back of here, you can see it's kind of breaking open, and there's some kind of diamonds coming out of a sculpture. That's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. And then over here, in the centre of this garden, or terrace, it looks more like a terrace, doesn't it? We've got this like Palladian style terrace across here, and a border. And then another sculpture here in the middle of this giant head. And this giant head, which looks again sort of Romanesque, it's breaking open. It's got some diamonds coming out of it. I wonder why. Let's investigate that. At the other end we've got, this is not Romanesque, this is some rabbit. It's rabbitesque. I'm quite fond of rabbits in this park, I will say. A few rabbit sculptures. Now to get in here, it was £9.50 for adults. I think it's £7 for under 21 or under 18. And free parking. Parking's free, so that's included in the price. Yeah, let's have a look at this rabbit. He looks like the stuff nightmares are made of, doesn't he? Imagine that in a nightmare. What have we got at the end here? Looks like cactuses and an olive tree. An olive tree with eyeballs in it. Looks like a kind of Dali inspired work, this, doesn't it? Look at the eyeballs in there. There's some painted cacti. So this is the entrance where, from the car park, you come into here to go through into the gardens, and there's a little cafe in here, a shop, and a couple of tiny exhibitions, which is quite a nice building.